It is a beautiful looking start to the morning. This sunrise just gorgeous in the Providence Skycam here behind me, but looks aren't everything. It does feel awfully cold. But before we get into the bitter cold temperatures outside, I want to take a second to talk about something kind of nice. For those of you who've been missing those longer days, well, we are getting to that point in the year where we start to see sunrises getting earlier and earlier. We are at the point where sunrise is at 7:13, but by the time we get to March 8th, which all things considered isn't that far away, they'll be at 6:08. Then March 9th, daylight savings sets in, and that's when we see those sunrises go back to 7:07. At the same time, by the way, our sunsets are getting just a little bit later and later this time of year. So just know things are changing as they do every year. Now, as for what's happening on satellite and radar, what's changing right now, not too much. We are still seeing those lake effect snow showers coming off Erie and Ontario, even looking at some snowfall back up into the Adirondacks, the Green Mountains as well. So skiers and snowboarders, I think, going to be in a pretty good mood if you're heading out to the slopes this weekend. As for us, nothing falling from the sky. It's just beautiful sunshine and a lot of this. Temperatures right now in the teens. It's 16 degrees in Providence. It's 18 in Taunton, North Kingstown, and in Newport. It is 13 degrees in Smithfield right now. In Westerly, good morning. You're waking up to 16 degrees. But this, my friends, this is just the start because it is super windy once again. And just like last week, it's going to feel way colder than what the air temperature lets on. Air temperatures will begin with a 2 later today. We're getting into the upper 20s, but it's going to feel like the teens because the winds are going to be howling this afternoon. In fact, they're already pretty gusty, and it's making it feel like the single digits outside. That's how you should be dressing. Single digits in the morning, teens in the afternoon. Wind gust forecast on that note. Let me show you. We're seeing those numbers in the 20s, the 30s, and even up to the 40s this afternoon. And rinse repeat tomorrow. We're going to see those numbers continue on Wednesday afternoon as well. So plan for a very similar feeling day. Even if it looks beautiful, it's going to feel cold even by New England standards in January. On that note, I want to mention if you have any plans to be out on the water, we have a pretty widespread gale warning here, not just for the Rhode Island Sound or the Narragansett Bay, but even if you're heading back toward the Cape, if you had any plans to maybe get on the ferry or just be out by the water, be really careful. It's going to be incredibly choppy and uncomfortable. Wave heights can be between 6 and 9 feet today and tomorrow. That warning lasts through tomorrow evening. Temperature is going to be staying in the upper 20s all the way through the end of the week. Friday is when things start to change. You'll notice we get back up, not above, but toward the average at 38 degrees on Friday afternoon, which sounds nice at first. However, we pay the price for the switch in the airflow for that warmer air coming from the south. That southerly flow of air is out ahead of our next potential storm. I'm going to step off the screen and let you guys look at this, okay? This is going to be a big toss-up for now. We have two scenarios of a storm that could come in on Saturday. Scenario one is the storm pushes far north enough that we get a decent thump of snow, a couple of inches. Scenario two, which at this point is much more likely, is that the storm brushes us to the south and we get a few flurries, maybe a couple snow showers out of the whole deal. The big theme of the week is the wind and the cold, but we are really watching this storm potential for Saturday. Stick with us here on ABC6, and of course we'll have the latest throughout the week.